Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Lost Boy Comics. In this video I'm just showing two James O'Barr stories that are in little anthology comics that you can get up for pretty cheap, that give the vibe and aesthetic as The Crow. So if you're looking just for something a bit cheaper to grab and still get that kind of vibe, or you're just a big James O'Barr fan and want to get some more of his work that isn't the main ones that people know. Here is the two issues. The first one I'm going to show is a 4-page story from Dark Horse Presents number 61. It has a Sin City story and two others, and then the James O'Barr story is frame 137. You go all the way to the end, it is the last story in there, just 4 pages, frame 137. And this one is the whole comic's in black and white, but this one is again just in black and white, but you can tell straight away it's a James O'Barr story with that just black background and his signature style that he has. This story is set in a bar. You have the main character sat at a bar having a drink and looking at a table with a few like villains. They look like little gangsters, mobsters, that kind of thing. They're sat there just chatting, and the main character is just having thoughts in his head that you're reading the captions, and it tells you a little bit of who these people are, what they've done, that he's had enough. He goes and just walks over to the table and just kills him. Just kills him like you get in The Crow. Really bloody, gory stuff. But it's crazy how 4 pages he can write and show a backstory and build a world in that story just with a scene and a few little thoughts and that from the main character's head, and then it just ends with him just walking out the bar. So that one it did cut off, but I forgot where I was at, but yeah, that was pretty much that story. So that was Dark Horse Presents 61 with a Sin City story and James O'Barr's mini 4-page story at the end. Next one is this Monsters Massacre. I think it's like a 3-issue story. It's again anthology stories, so it doesn't really matter, they don't link. But this one I think is the first one when I logged into the CLZ app. It is from 1993 by Black Ball Comics. This one has a story by Kevin Eastman in, which again I love Kevin Eastman from the Ninja Turtles I grew up on, from like the cartoons, and I had all the action figures and everything like that. So yeah, you can tell straight away it's Kevin Eastman work. This story is about 2 monsters just battling it out, and again only one survives. The James O'Barr story, Snake Dance. This one, James O'Barr did the plot, got someone else to write the rest, but he did all the artwork, and this one's in colour, so you get that painted style that he's known for doing on like The Crow covers. So that was really cool. And this one's set in the future, so it's just like an assassin trying to get this chip out of this like laboratory, and he faces some villains on the way. First ones he takes out quite easy, they're just people, but then he has this like dragon monster to face, which I think is so cool. And it's cool to see James O'Barr do like creatures and stuff, because he doesn't really do, he has that supernatural element in a lot of his stuff, but I've never seen him do like creatures as well. And then you've got like a girl waiting outside for the guy, and he's just trying to fight this this like dragon dinosaur monster, manages to take him out, get the chip. Gets out, and then he's faced with more people, just never ending. And then it just ends with him just about to do a shootout. So it just kind of cuts off at the end of that scene. And then again, the way it's written, you get the whole world. You use your imagination of what this guy's done before, his skills, where he got them from, and then when it ends, you can still imagine it carrying on. He could just do another story with that, but he just keeps it down into this one's more than 4 pages. It's a couple of pages, so you get a bit more in depth. But again, a lot of it is just fighting, but it never gets boring. It never gets old. It's like Spawn. It's just loads of fighting, but every week I gotta pick it up because the artwork's really good. 2 James O'Barr stories that you can find really cheap. Not many people know about them. I know when I picked this one up, the people at the comic store didn't know it had a James O'Barr story, and when I showed them, they had 2 issues. I picked up one, and then the other guy at the counter went and picked up the other one straight away. But they're good finds. You can find them really cheap. But yeah, that was the pickups for the James O'Barr stuff. Then next I'm going to show some sketch covers that I've done. There is 4 ones that I've done older, that I just haven't shown off on here, that I also want to just have on film, show you guys, that will be available on the website. So the first sketch cover is Eddie Brock Carnage #1, came out last week. Did a Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 300 and 301 homage. These one I added the colour. I did the etching style that I do for the shading now, but in the red, because it helps define like the limbs a bit more. When I did it just black and white, it kind of got lost a little bit, so that kind of brought it back. And then because it has the iconic circle around him on both covers, I did the like symbiote red going around. And then these ones are older ones. I will show you the first sketch cover I ever did, which was probably middle of last year, I think. I've kind of got the bug now of sketch covers, so now I'm picking them up as soon as I can. But this one was the first one, and it was X-Men 97. I did a Logan on this one. I had to do a Wolverine on my first cover, and especially when it was an X-Men cover. I'm a massive X-Men fan. I haven't watched the series. I don't like the animated style, and I didn't read this because I didn't really like the color, the artwork. I thought the colors were a bit too bright. I get it because it links to the animation. I thought the animation was a bit too lifelike. I don't know. It didn't really sit well with me. Even watching the trailers, it was kind of hard for me. I prefer the old stuff. And then the second one I did was the new X-Men reboot from the Ashes. I did a Gambit on this cover. This one was fun. Another one of my favourite characters from the X-Men. I might add the pink to this just to make it pop a bit more, but I do like just the black and white, so I could just leave it like that. It's been like that for ages. And then the next one I did after those 2 was Ninja Turtles #1. This is the new Jason Aaron reboot. So I picked up this one. I need to pick up issue 1 without sketch cover, because I picked up the sketch cover to read it, and then ended up doing this one. This is a Wolverine #1 homage, so anyone that sees this pose straight away knows exactly where it's from. This one is Absolute Batman #1, which is one of the hot bucks, so from the end of last year, and it still seems to be one of the top ones people are picking up. I kind of fell off, but I love issue 1. Issue 1 and #2 were perfect. I just think the others kind of fell off a little bit for me personally. But yeah, this is just Batman on the top of like a church. looking over Gotham, just seeing how corrupt and how much of a hellhole it is. But this one was a really fun one to do. That was all the sketch covers that I've done. One from last week, and then the other ones I've done in the past that will be going onto the site soon. And then lastly, I'll show off where I'm at on this Bram Stoker Dracula drawing on the artboard. I've just got the shading to do. I'm going to add some red in there when I do the shading as well, hopefully make it pop. But this one will be a good one to do. It's got heavy blacks, as you can see, all around here, so the shading will look really good with this one. I also have another one that I'm halfway through, but I'm going to get that one finished today, so when I do a next video next week, I will have that on that one all done and ready to show you guys, and hopefully another sketch cover, because I have a bug and I just want to keep doing them. I've got a spawn issue, and then it will just be waiting for a few more blank issues to come through, see if I can find any on eBay. But yeah, that was it. If you liked any of the artwork, any of the recommendations for the James O'Barr stuff, if you have anything from me, any James O'Barr related things that you think that I probably don't know about, because I only know a few that I can go and hunt for, and any sketch cover characters you want to see me draw, any art pieces you want to see me do, just let me know in the comments down below. It'd be much appreciated. It'll help out with the video, get some more people seeing it. Early days, it's only been a couple weeks of doing these. The website will be down below. It's just Lost Boy Comics, so it's LXSTBOY comics at .bigcartel.com. For now it's on Big Cartel, trying to get a proper website, but for now it's on there, so that's down below. And then the Instagram and TikTok is lostboy52, and there I showcase all the artwork that I get done before I do videos on here, so you get to see it early. And if you want to follow me on there, interact with some of the posts, that'd be great. But yeah, that's everything.